What's your reaction to the Ben Simmons saga? Damn, saga.
The only thing that Ben Simmons has gotten right over the last 18 months is not playing tonight.
Wow.
It's the only thing Ben Simmons has gotten right is not playing tonight. I do not fault Ben Simmons for not playing tonight. However, I fault Ben Simmons for everything else. Let me start with why I don't fault him for playing tonight. If Ben Simmons were to go out there and play tonight, Nets get swept, it's 4-0, all of a sudden we might start to look at Ben Simmons sideways as though it was his fault they got swept. 4-0. I really equate this to when we've all been here at some point in our lives. We've been in attendance at a track meet when they're running a 4x400 meter relay, 4 individuals each running 1 lap. The last person that gets the baton, the whole crowd is looking at. If I get the baton and I finish in last place, it is not exclusively my fault.
Say it.
Y'all better look at all the runners that were sorry before me. But I'm the one that's going to be getting jeered at and laughed at when I'm coming in last place because I was the last person to show up. If Ben Simmons were to play tonight, that would be foolish because now everybody would be looking at Ben Simmons as though he had been here the entirety of the series, and now the offseason dialogue would be focused on Ben Simmons and his lack of contribution to the Nets.
I like it.
Only thing Ben Simmons got right is not playing tonight. Now that I've gotten my grace for Ben Simmons out the way, let's talk that real. Who is Ben Simmons? Ben Simmons is the NBA version of the Tinder swindler.
Tinder swindler?
The Tinder swindler. Netflix documentary Sell that is about a man, I believe Simeon is his name, and he convinces women to give him boatloads of money, assuming that he will repay them down the line. Ben Simmons is the NBA swindler. See, based upon his previous play, he is convincing teams to somehow continue to honor his $180 million contract as though he will repay you in services down the line. Hint, y'all, he won't. Ben Simmons is the NBA version of the Tinder swindler, based upon his aesthetics, based upon his appeal, based upon his previous accomplishments and accolades. He is portraying himself as somebody he is not anymore and may never be again. Ben Simmons is running a modern-day NBA version of a Ponzi scheme.
Damn.
He is continuing to recur money from different organizations, continuing to recur money and recruit money from different organizations, yet he actually has no performance of his own. He's just sitting here stealing from the Sixers, stealing from the Nets.
Stealing?
Who will he steal from next?
Okay.
The reason I say stealing is because if I pay you in exchange for my pay, I am expecting some sort of goods in return. That's what exchanging is. That's what trading is. That's what commerce is. That's what business is. You pay somebody in exchange for the money that you are paying them. They are supposed to provide you with a service.
Okay.
The Sixers paid Ben Simmons a boatload of money. And Ben Simmons did not provide them with a service. The Nets have paid Ben Simmons a boatload of money. And Ben Simmons has yet to provide them with a service. So Ben Simmons is quite literally, I would say, stealing from these organizations now.
Yes.
I honor and have honored Ben Simmons' mental health struggles. The problem with mental health is you cannot assess it from the outside. And truth be told, even those that are clinically advanced have a hard time assessing mental health. I worked for 2 years with a neuroscientist, a lead neuroscientist out of UCLA. She said, we are with our knowledge of the brain where we were with our knowledge of the heart in the 1960s.
Okay.
So we do not even know what we don't know. I honor that I do not know what Ben Simmons has been dealing with mentally. So I will not at all go at him for that. But physically, I'm going to need something from you, Ben Simmons. I'm going to need something from you.
Oh, man, I can hear Jay-Z right now in my ear. Or maybe on my phone. You know, that's the homie, right? I'm a hustler, baby. Just want you to know, you out here clowning Ben Simmons. And I'm going to tell you, I'm conflicted on Ben Simmons. Let me start off by calling him weak, because I think he is weak. Let me start. All right. I don't know what's going on with your mind. I don't know what's going on with your mental health, but I know it was a quick transition from mental health to back soreness, and it happened fast, and it happened overnight.
It did.
Yeah. Look, I question people when they say it's mental health because, first, I don't trust self-diagnosis. What does that mean? When we talk physical health, hey, something wrong with me. Go get an MRI. Go get an X-ray. Go to a doctor. Okay, we can now start to assess that. But it's not self-diagnosis. I'm not sitting there saying I'm going to miss the whole season. Why? I think my wrist hurt. But when it comes to mental health, also someone says I got mental health issues. we can't do anything. Oh, and then it's difficult to get the diagnosis properly, as you just said, because it's so difficult to really objectify these issues. However, the transition made me say, man, that's weak. Ben Simmons, you're coming across like someone who's not committed to the game. You're coming across as someone who's not committed to the sport. Now, is that true or not? I'm not certain. That's why I'm conflicted. But don't ever call him a thief, because in sports, they don't give you money. You take it. Everybody. You take it through your skills. You take it through your accomplishment. You take it through your resume. They didn't just walk up to Ben Simmons and say, hey, the guy from LSU who he only played a few games, here you go, here's $180 million. You know what he did? 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-Defensive, 1-time All-NBA, steals leader, one of the best defensive players they got in the game. That got him that money. He didn't steal it. He took it because of his game. Now, with that said, this is what I love about Ben Simmons right now. I think he's strong. As much as I thought he was weak at first, I'm like, dog, this dude is strong. I am envious of Ben Simmons in this moment right now, because the level of gall, the level of gangster you got to have to look at a team that trades for you and you remind that team, I have not played basketball since June 20th of 2021. Oh, y'all want me to come out here and play right now and play boo-boo the fool for 10 minutes of what? Potentially our last game of the year? When you know, even if I play 10 minutes, I'm not right. I don't care what you see out of Ben Simmons, it's not going to be full Ben Simmons because he's not played since June 20th. Therefore, Ben Simmons is doing something I wish. I don't have many regrets about my playing career, but one of them is when I wasn't right, I should have just tapped out. But we all buy into the culture. You're a part of the team. If you got this much to give it all. But Ben Simmons is like, I only have this much to give, and I'll wait till I have this much to give next year. I'm respecting Ben Simmons in this moment, standing up to all this criticism, standing up to this potential moment of scrutiny and saying, you know what? Until I'm right, I'm not stepping on that court.
Here's why he's a thief.
Oh, God. Here you go.
He's a thief.
Have you ever stole money in the league? I did. That's why I'm protected.
The reason he is a thief, and so I will give it to you in story form. I'm currently working on getting shades for my new house, roller shades. I did not realize how that sun be hitting in the Hollywood Hills. Did not have any idea that sun be sunning by 6 a.m. So I'm currently getting shades. Really? In getting these shades, Sel, I had to give a down payment. Yeah. Right? I paid half up front. Hey, here goes $4,000. Hey, when y'all install the rest of the shades, I know, big dog.
What'd you say?
Here go
Is the sun coming with it or not? $4,000 for something to go down? Okay, we talk.
Here go 4 bands.
Get your money.
After y'all install the shades, I'll give y'all the rest.
Yeah.
Right? They came to the crib. Yeah. They measured the floor to ceilings. I picked them out. They did some work. In exchange for some of the work, I paid them. But I paid them assuming that they were going to finish the job.
Okay.
If they were to never come back at my house and install the shades, and they're supposed to between 9:30 and 2:30 Pacific Standard Time today, so if they do not show up, they have stolen from me. Ben Simmons, yes, they paid him $176 million, assuming that he would finish what he started. Okay. If Ben Simmons does not show up, which he never did for the Philadelphia 76ers. And if he never, after getting that huge deal, he didn't show up in the manner in which we thought he was going to show up.
Okay, but that's
so
different.
If he does not show up, now for the Nets, he a thief. I understand that players earn their bread. I played in the league. Now, I didn't earn nearly enough bread, and God didn't play nearly well enough. But I understand players earn their bread, but I also understand you pay a player not just for what he's done, but you pay a player for what he's going to do. The NFL draft is among us. In roughly 72 hours, the NFL draft will commence. Truth be told, closer to 80 hours.
Yeah.
First-round picks are going to sign contracts anywhere from $16 to $24 million.
Okay.
These drafted players have done nothing at the NFL level to earn a fully guaranteed $16 to $24 million. They have done absolutely nothing. However, they will be compensated because there is an assumption that based upon the compensation, we are going to see you give us something back in return. Yeah. If they give nothing back in return, they have stolen, quite literally the definition. Taking something that don't belong to you and or you taking something that we compensated you for, but you give me nothing in return. So my reaction now to Ben Simmons, you stealing, big dog. And I don't like that you're stealing. But let me end it with this point. Let me end this up with this point, because this is the most frustrating and infuriating part of it all.
Empathetic hands.
Ben Simmons.
What?
If you are going to give the bare minimum effort to come back onto the court, you got back spasms. Joel Embiid currently playing with a fractured finger. You got back spasms. Kevin Durant, if we recall, 2019 was out there with a strained calf. If you, Ben Simmons, are going to give the bare minimum to get back on the court, then give me the bare minimum off the court. Truth be told, nothing more infuriating than watching him show up in the lightest, brightest, and loudest of outfits. 10,000 chains on, and you wearing sunglasses inside, and the lights behind you are on, so it's dark. Stop with the neon colors. Stop with Roy G. Biv and all the color scheme and the rainbows. Just go out there in all black and act like you are at least realizing you ain't contributing nothing. Ooh. You sitting there on the bench and everybody in their Brooklyn-colored, dark-colored sweats. And here go Ben Simmons in his bright suits, his sunglasses, and his neon and turquoise-colored fits. If you gonna give me the bare minimum to get back on the court, then give me the bare minimum with your outfits. Because you give me the bare minimum across the board. Okay. You don't feel like playing. Okay. So if you don't feel like playing, then you putting more energy, effort, and attention into getting dressed than he is getting on the court. Okay. Ben Simmons cares more about what he looks like off the court in his fits than he does to get onto the court. And that is the most infuriating aspect to me of all.
Okay. I don't want to be rude right now to you. So I'm not going to leave. But I want to go to the break room to get some peanut butter to go with that jelly you got right now, because you jealous. Over here talking about what this dude is wearing ain't got nothing to do with this conversation.
Everything to do with it.
It does
Optics,
not. Optics. So let's talk reality. Let's talk ground. Let's talk foundation. He is getting paid off of two things: production and potential.
Yes, sir.
Right? 3 years, $113 million. Oh, sorry. $113.6 million left on his deal. And he got it. First word was production. They don't give you that amount of money unless you producing, brother. And then the other is potential. What you have lost perspective of, maybe in a jealous manner, is because you can give less now and more later. You can give less now and more later. You can give nothing now, Ben Simmons, and give us it all later. Let me tell you once again, personalize it for me. I remember I told you about how Joey Bosa got all that money, and I was sitting there jealous but happy for the dude, because that's where the position has gone in terms of you get this level of production, you get this level of money. However, let's be real about it. I was in this position as Ben Simmons, not mental health and back soreness, but I had a back surgery and a broken foot, and played through it, plowed through it, so Acho wouldn't clown me, so all the Achos of the world wouldn't talk about me on the sideline in a nice uniform, nice outfit. I plowed through it, and I burned all of the tread off my tires in that process. 23 and a half sacks with a broken foot and a back surgery. And I thought I was Superman. Put my cape on, looking like Ben Simmons on the sideline. I think I'm a superhero. And then you know what happened? When I finally got out there, said, okay, it's time to go, I'm healthy, I was never the same. I don't want Ben Simmons to even mentally risk that in terms of what his health looks like. He is young, bro. He got the whole NBA world in front of him. You want him to go out there in game 4 for 10 minutes to show what? Or compromise whatever he was going through mentally, or he got a cortisone shot. Let me tell you that. You're not getting them shots unless something really is messed up. I don't know to what degree, mentally or with his back. But if you were his father, I got to put you in a position of authority, and you actually got to care about his welfare. Would you tell your son, go out there and risk it for one game, go out there and risk it for one season, when you have your entire career in front of you?
Absolutely not. And
okay, right. There it is.
But remember, my very first point, the only thing Ben Simmons got right was not playing tonight.
Oh, good point.
I have no issue with Ben Simmons not playing tonight. Okay. So I have issue with the optics of this entire situation. Though my Bentley is dusty.
You still got it?
I still got it.
I ain't seen that thing in a minute.
Though my Bentley, as Marcellus Wiley will say, is dusty. Because the only time I brought it to work, it hadn't got a car wash because it was coming straight off the car shipment from Texas.
Really?
Though my Bentley is dusty, I still got a Bentley. I know this much, though. I've done community service in L.A. Is it Slauson? I don't know, big dog.
Did you care where you went?
Somebody pulled out a gun, and I did not go. True story. I'll tell you off mic. Somebody pulled out a gun.
I'm doing community service on Slauson in a limo.
I did not go back. It's a true story. But I know this much, though. Optically, though I have a Bentley, you know what I'm not going to go do community service in? You know what I'm not going to pull up to a homeless shelter in?
What?
a Bentley because optically that looks terrible. So though I possess it, why in the good Lord's name would I show up to do community service at this homeless shelter in a Bentley?
Okay.
Just because you got it don't mean you got to flaunt it. Because optics in life matter. Ben Simmons, I get you got a $180 million deal. I get you have all the chains on and more. I get you can wear Balenciaga kicks. I get you can wear sunglasses inside. Congratulations.
Yeah.
But just because you got it does not mean you have to flaunt it at that time.
Okay.
There is a time and a place, a time and a space to flaunt what you got. And while you are still injured, based on injuries that are ambiguous, that we cannot personally assess. We can't assess back spasms, and we can't assess mental health.
Smart.
So while you are injured with injuries we cannot assess,
Smart injuries.
this is not the time to go out there looking X, Y, and Z way optically. So I'm not even mad. So it's not a jealousy matter. It's just optically, like, there's times and spaces to do certain things. If you gonna crash a wedding, I be crashing weddings. My dog at MC, you know, Cheaty.
Yeah, I do.
My dog at wedding MC. I be bored on the weekends. I got 5 friends, 5.5. I be bored on weekends, so I be crashing weddings. Literally every time I crash a wedding, I'm all black, no chains, no nothing, head down. This ain't the time for Acho to come out with the red bottom joints, with the bright rollie, not asking for attention. Ben Simmons is crashing these playoff games because guess what? He's not contributing. So this is not the time. Optics sell. At a minimum, Ben Simmons, please at least win optically.
Yeah, you know what? You just done told on yourself. I'm glad Ben Simmons showing up to them sidelines, chunky chain, and looking at them people like, what y'all gonna say? What y'all gonna do? And what y'all wanna do? Because I am Ben Simmons. Let me tell you why. When you from it, you don't even get a pass. You just know how to do it. And Ben Simmons is from Ballerville. Ballerville. Don't act like Ben Simmons wasn't the #1 pick. Don't act like Ben Simmons ain't been a name before he was even... We even know who Ben Simmons was. We heard about Ben Simmons. Don't act like Ben Simmons ain't a 3-time All-Star. Come on, dog. Let's not do that to this man right here. And I'm going to bring it up to you like this. You said, you know, I grew up on Slauson, so I don't know where you were, but you should have hit the homie. You would have got that pass. But instead, you show up Dusty Bentley. They going to try and take you. Anyway, I remember going through this when I was an active player, and it was really mentally a challenge at first. And then I had to relax and say, dog, I'm from this. Why I gotta act a certain way? Why do I gotta care how the optics look? Let me tell you what happened. I bought a Rolls Royce. Since we up here talking about life and real stuff.
Was it dusty?
It was white. Hell no, can't get dusty. You know them white Roses. Even when they dirty, they look clean. So here we go. Had a white Rolls Royce. And I kept saying, am I gonna drive this back home? Like to Compton, right out Compton. Yeah, Rosecrans, am I hitting it? I was like, yeah, why not? This is where I'm from. And then for someone, my challenging thought was, someone gonna think I'm out here flossing. Someone gonna think I'm out here flaunting. But then you know what? I thought about this. More people gonna be inspired, because they be like, dog, that's Marcellus, little Dusty. Him, he used to be right here, and now look at him. It's inspirational, but you looking at it the wrong way. You wanna know why? Because you ain't from it, homie. Ben Simmons from Ballerville, USA. He knows when he right, oh, I'm gonna be right on that court as well. We know about the meltdown in the playoffs last year. Let's not exaggerate that. They wanted Ben Simmons to play this year for a reason, because Ben Simmons is a baller. Say what you want about his shooting woes, you still can't diminish this guy and his potential. All that said, we got to respect where Ben Simmons is right now, because this is what we got. You got a lot of potential in front of you and some production that you can bank on. We'll see how it all integrates once we get to the bottom of whatever injuries he really has.